Hey yo, how's it going? How are we feeling? Welcome back. How are you doing today? Yeah, I had an issue. I just tried to go live. I don't know if there was some kind of confusion with the software I was using or what, but the stream started and then it didn't start and the chat was rolling and it didn't say I was live. But hey, here we are. Welcome back. Welcome back to Crypto News. Pew, 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 pew. So we have a lot of exciting things to look at today. I was just reading through what was happening with the Stellar Lumens getting listed and all the price jumps and all the runs. I was also just looking at this price prediction calculator. What is up? Yes, maybe I clicked the wrong button. What is up? What is up? How's it going? Offline? No, I'm online now. Alive. I'm okay. Yes. What's up? What's up? What's up, Texas? What's up from Texas? Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys today? Have you guys seen this Bitcoin price prediction tracker? It's pretty funny. Whenever John McAfee decided to make his tweet last year that he would eat his own on national television if he didn't go to $1 million. Hello, hello. Yes, Stellar is pretty far from XRP Tech, you're saying, but they did just get approved by the New York. What did they get? They got approved basically to launch their futures and to launch their exchange. It's a pretty big move for them. Licensed exchange receiving approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services to offer Stellar Lumens. So that's pretty exciting. That's why you hold both. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Diversification. I agree, Mr. Miyagi. I agree 100%. And I think I've said this before in the other videos that Stellar gains support and strength. Good day. It gets more and more support as XRP looks stronger and stronger as well. Just speculation, no product. Yeah, that's true. That's possible that it's not as strong as XRP looking forward. So it's a toss up, really. It's a big toss up. So this Bitcoin price prediction calculator, where basically it says 111 days behind or 41% below the price that we would need to be at to see $1 million in 2020. So this is a fun little site to look at. Also, I don't know if you guys realize this, but we're on the fourth day running that there's no profit for cryptocurrencies. Or for Bitcoin mining, I mean. At the bottom of this, you can see the last few days, the payout has been less than the maintenance of the mining rigs. You sold all your Stellar for XRP, all in? Cool. No big deal. XRP is a strong move. No regrets. No regrets. Okay. And so this is interesting. The Bitcoin profit has dwindled off the last 4 days. So the miners have basically lost profit. And also, this is a profit miner chart comparison. We're looking at the profitability of mining Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash, and the possibility that since both of them are on the SHA-256, that if and when the Bitcoin is no longer profitable, the Bitcoin Cash would be more profitable, more likely to be supported. And now it looks like you can see just inside the spike of the few days ago that people did switch to mining Bitcoin Cash because it was a higher profitability, and then enough people switched that it dropped back. So we basically had Bitcoin difficulty go up to about 14%. So the difficulty increased, and now you can see that we're on the next block, expecting another block of difficulty in 4.3 days. So about another 600 blocks. Stellar got a deal from a cell phone company in Malta. Okay, very cool. So just looking at this profit calculator for Bitcoin, it's kind of interesting, I think. There's some obviously dangerous moments here. Okay, yeah, come fly down to Texas and give me a high five. There's obviously a dangerous moment here where the miners are only doing it for profit, right? They're only doing it for profit, and that creates an issue if they're going to switch chains, and that could be the death spiral that people are talking about. BCH is much high above old BTC dinosaur. That's basically what people are saying, is that there's a likelihood that the difficulty for BTC is increased enough to where miners are going to switch. You can see there's not even profit in the last 4 days of mining. They don't even cover their maintenance fees. So that's kind of dangerous, honestly, to look at that. And then if you consider like Stellar being listed and licensed to become the first New York exchange to list Stellar, the BIT license charter recipient, that means a lot, I think, for the Stellar exchange, because Stellar has their own exchange. So that could be strong for them. A lot of interesting positions here. But then if you remember the news, I actually did a video last night, and I started editing it together, and it was talking about the SEC clearing the Ethereum from being a security. And so everyone was really excited about that. People were running, that headline all over the place. So we're going to look at that for a second. And we're also going to look at the battle over the bad art. So Bitcoin has launched their first real application basically on the Lightning Network, and it's basically like a big paint wall you can go pay to paint on, and people are drawing lots of phallic symbols. Of course they are. Yes, as soon as Bitcoin drops to a price it's unprofitable for the miners, the market could get ugly. That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's why I'm telling you guys right now. It looks dangerous that this for the last 4 days we've had no profit for miners, and that could be great things for cloud mining services that are doing green cloud mining, which we're doing some research and looking at some of those. If we look at the no profit for the traditional mining systems, it's a dangerous moment for these. They need to decouple. Yeah, exactly. Well, SBI's launch with their 4 million users is pretty close. I think that's going to be a big move. It'll be a big thing to help decouple us. And the whole market's up. It dropped slightly yesterday just for a minute after I made my video, and then it came back up all the way to about 290 something. It shot up about 290 billion, and then it's tapered off a little bit since then, coming back down to about 54 cents for Ripple. Ethereum broke just back under $500. Bitcoin's back down to 6.5. Litecoin's just under 100. Stellar and Cardano in their 23 and 16 cent spots. Tron 4.5 cents. So it's really up and down for now. Thoughts on never ever XRP? People continue to stay out of the XRP market, keeping the price low. Millions of Japanese people buying XRP. Exactly, yeah. So that's what we're going to look at next. I found someone on Reddit asking about that. Basically, they want to know how much will Ripple volume increase whenever SBI launches. So I found someone on Reddit that asked that same question. Yeah, exactly. Good news for Ethereum. And exactly, yeah, exactly. XRP next. And if you look at the article, the actual article about why the SEC cleared XRP from, or if you look at the article as why the SEC cleared Ethereum from being a security, is because they said it's decentralized, or that's what the director of finance said. SBI is opening up fully in July, I think, right? July 18th. And that's what someone was saying also, is that rejoice possibly. We're possibly rejoicing a little bit too soon, though, because even though he said that, the director saying that casually in conversation isn't really an official ruling, is what people are saying. And of course, there's people who were shocked by the news. They were shocked that the SEC just would say, nah, you know what, Ethereum's not a security. And we all knew that. We already knew that. And we know that the reason they're saying it's not a security is because it's decentralized enough to where it can't be considered a security. And that's the real hopes that XRP is going to basically go. XRP is basically going to go to the same ruling because it's decentralized. What's up, CKJ? Where are you at? Can you not see me? Can you not see me on the screen? I'm right here. I'm right here, CK. So, people are ready to say, yes, XRP is not going to be a security because Ethereum's not a security. And just as we're saying that, a lot of tweets went out yesterday that people are ready to rejoice before it's actually, I don't know why I did air quotes, but they're ready to rejoice before it's actually official. So you can see now we have a bunch of a bunch of people going to Twitter and saying that they can see people all over crypto land making cases and potential cases as to why other coins are not securities as well, even though there's not an official statement specifically, just that there was a casual conversation that was then regurgitated and shared everywhere. But I think that's okay. I think that's fine. In reality, you know, the reason that they decided to make Ethereum not a security because it's decentralized, XRP is continually move more and more to taking themselves off their nodes and putting private individuals up for unique node list supports. And that's great. What do I think about the 1.0 release? I think that they're basically gonna just keep releasing updates and keep improving the system. It's a security thing. Susie's saying it is a security. Well, that's the thing is, like, you know, I can say it's not a security, and Susie can say it is a security, and the SEC financial director can say Ethereum's not a security, but it hasn't come down to an official ruling. And that's what they're talking about here, is no federal judge has actually said any official ruling on if it's a security or not. And even though the Security Exchange Commission would be the final ruling on that, the Security Exchange Commission might be leaning towards waiting to see what the federal judge says as well. And I know there was an article I found that said Brad was saying, we know it's not a security, even if in one court case they decide it is. That does not seem like a real official ruling. And I can agree with him. I can agree that one court case may not be the permanent stamp of if it's security or not. Moving into this new crypto sphere, we have a lot of adjustments and reassessments to make as far as the regulations of these digital assets. But I agree. Someone else said more money will come in if it's a security. And I think that's interesting. I think maybe more money will come in the short term. Like maybe you'll have more money come in right now, so it might seem like you want to say it's a security. But saying it's a security would place it under regulations inside the United States, which might take away its ability to be used for all kinds of other things. I cannot say I agree. I cannot say I think it's a security and I think that's beneficial for the token, because I don't. I don't think that we even need to worry about these regulator bodies that much. And I think the conversations being had right now are almost a waste of time in a sense, because at the end of the day, I don't think that the SEC is not going to become, the United States SEC is not going to become the world SEC. You know, like the United States doesn't run the world. Even though if we're in the States, we like to think we do. It's not true. It's not true at all. We're very insular. We have very little effect or control, and arguably moving forward, we're losing our power. We're losing our soft power in a sense, and we're losing it to countries that are supporting crypto more than we are. And that's actually the next article we'll look at, and we're gonna try to burn through this. We're running through it real quick. We got about 15 minutes maybe left. We're gonna try to stay under 30 minutes, so I can save you guys the extra chit chat, you know, like no extra chit chat. So Ripple, XRP means nothing. It created an easy loophole for dodgy ICOs. Yeah, it's not about legality. From a financial investment viewpoint, she's saying, okay. So it's interesting to look at this article. The Chinese city causes confusion with their digital asset exchange proposal. So China's made a couple of statements in the past saying that they're positioned against crypto and they're positioned on regulating the ICOs, and then they released a message saying that they want to establish a blockchain digital asset exchange, and then it was on the government website, so people were saying, oh, it's going to be a government-powered exchange and cryptocurrency system, and the government officially pulled that statement. They pulled the statement from their website, and I think that they don't really know what they're saying, possibly because they've indicated in the past that they want to regulate the ICOs and cryptocurrencies, and then they just released news that they want to release a official exchange, official digital asset exchange. So again, you know, like I don't think that hello. I don't think that the security of making XRP a security is going to be that strong a move. I don't think it matters that much, honestly. I think XRP's use case for a neutral, interoperable blockchain has a greater use case for world use than it does for inside the states use. So I know people were like, oh, if it became a security, traditional financial investors would put money into it and the price would rise, and that's what we want. So people are saying we want it to be a security because we want it to go up in price. I disagree. I disagree because if you are an accredited investor in the United States, you can already invest in non-regulated securities. That's your right as an accredited investor. Accredited investors are the people you're saying are going to invest once it becomes a regulated security. I don't know. I don't see how that works. I don't see why they would decide to buy in now or after they decide to make clarification, because if they knew they wanted it, they'd buy it right now. They wouldn't wait. And that's potentially why I think even if we do see it be deemed a security right away in some kind of vote or court case, I could see it not lasting. I could see that changing. And I think that's potentially growing to be more and more likely as we see Ethereum was cleared of regulatory scrutiny, as we see Stellar Lumens was cleared of regulatory scrutiny. So, exactly, mass adoption 2020 Ripple, here we come. Exactly. So I saw this and I put it at the beginning of the video. It was basically, Bitcoin's price towards $1 million, right? Like, here's how far it off is to get to $1 million by 2020. And this is the graph they made. So it's way down here. Way down here. Sometimes it's above. Like last month was the last time it was above the bar for like a 0.85 percentage. It was 2 days ahead sometime last month. But it's fallen pretty far behind. So this is the progress that we need Bitcoin to stay on for it to get to $1 million by 2020. Now, this is a pretty cool little website. It's kind of fun and a joke site, but I think honestly, I'd like someone to build one, or I'm gonna try to build one of these for XRP because it's just such a fun little tool. I like it, and Bitcoin is literally losing profitability. They're struggling to launch their Lightning Network at the same moment. They're like trying to launch this Lightning Network that people can draw on. That's the biggest thing they have going right now, is this draw board basically. And we have also, quick little update in case you guys didn't know, there's a new NFT in town for the World Cup. They released a striker. Crypto Strikers is what it's called. It is literally crypto collectibles in the best form. These NFTs are basically non-fungible tokens. It's like the Crypto Kitties. You guys probably know about Crypto Kitties. It's kind of popular. And this is another NFT. Basically, NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are becoming very popular in crypto. It's a way where you can basically find a value inside each individual set. So unlike Bitcoin, where you can trade any of the coins for any of the other coins, these NFTs are individual tokens. So each token represents an individual value of its own, and people can decide that value on their own. So this is kind of interesting to look at, and it's another interesting use case of blockchain, which is what they did with this this Bitcoin wall, where they're trying to make a use case for the Lightning Network. So they're saying Lightning Network's great, it's gonna be great, and we like it. But we all know XRP is going to have a huge boost of profit and runs and volumes from the increase of SBI. Basically, the increase of SBI volume is going to be huge. So Ripple invested their first $2 million into the Texas University. So that's right, the University of Texas here in Austin, where I am, got their first $2 million in XRP pledged to their business school. So the Macomb School of Business has a huge XRP fund waiting for them to allocate to blockchain research. So maybe I should go down there and crack the whip on those guys, make sure they know what they're doing. Nah, I'm sure they're fine. $2 million though. $2 million to Texas University research. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Now this guy's saying that Ripple is also not a security because of the same ideas we just talked about. The Ether being cleared of being a security is making people jump all over the internet saying Ripple's not a security too. It's also decentralized. Please clear it from regulatory scrutiny. And no one's done it yet. Of course, there's no real clarification at all. They're afraid of Ripple taking over. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. They don't know how to deal with it. Paul Baxter, you're right. It's a new asset class. It's a new class, first new class in a very long time, and they're still very careful moving forward, setting permanent red tape around it. So, I agree. I think that's potentially why they're taking so long. They're not gonna try to muddle themselves into a corner. There was another thing that was interesting that I wanted to look at. Where was it? Okay. So the people are rejoicing. People are all about rejoicing. They're like, "Oh, it's good news for everyone. When can we see this SEC scrutiny relieved?" And I think that for the most part, we might already be set up. We might be seeing the bottom. And I'm not going to say for sure. Because it could potentially still tip a lot more. We do have the Bitfinex Tether situation still, and we have whales still running the market, running malicious, reversals basically. So it doesn't really seem like anything else needs to be decided, right? You have the SEC clarifying that Ethereum and Bitcoin are true cryptocurrencies. You have the Thai SEC setting out regulations and rules for how exchanges can get listed. You have Stellar Lumens being listed, literally being approved for a bit license. And we also can see that BTC dominance is down slightly, meaning people might feel safe moving into some of these altcoins again. And exactly, what's the new floor? That's the real question. And I hesitate to say anything guaranteed because I don't know for sure. I could see it dropping a little bit more, moving maybe just under 6K for the last possible bottom before we see our true bull run. But the idea is bull run, bull run, bull. But I think in reality, I think we should be okay either way. I'm happy to look at it and see a bull run tomorrow, or I'm happy to look and see another big dip in which I would just allocate more funds to my favorite tokens. Now, the next step's waiting for Circle and Coinbase to get their SEC license and pick up cheap XRP while the market dips for no reason. Paul Baxter, I agree. You, sir, two good comments from you. I appreciate your input. Yes, it's true. It's true. I think that we will see another slip. I think the bull run's ready, but I think that everyone's still positioning themselves for it to drop a little bit more. There's so much good news, and there's so many innovative industries moving into blockchain. I agree, Willem. I agree. It's going to be good either way. So we're up slightly, but we still haven't broken above 300 billion. We have not broken above 300 billion, and that is might not even happen today, but it might, and we might run towards it. Hard to say. Hard to say for sure. And what else do we have? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Do you guys know about this, right? You guys know about the Bitcoin wall. The Satoshi's place is what they're calling it. It's basically like a wall that you can pay in Satoshis to paint on the wall. And it stays up until someone paints over it. Basically, just letting you spend money to paint over someone else's art. It's kind of like the graffiti wall in Austin. We have one of these. It's a physical place where the city's actually given this lot to graffiti artists, and they're allowed to go and spray and paint, and then anyone can just go and spray over it the next day if they want to, or they can just wait and honor the art and respect it. And yes, I will happily make you a mod. If that's going to make your week, let's do it, bro. Let's make you a mod. So my girlfriend's yelling at me that my friends are going to come over. We're going to help them. They're leaving today, and I have to help them, so we have to expedite the end of this video. We're trying to close up this video. Paul Baxter, you're now a mod. So what we're looking at with this, basically art made by Bitcoin, is this idea that you can pay to put your art up on this board. And it's powered by the Lightning Network. It's actually the first application powered by the Lightning Network. But I looked at this application, and it's interesting. The CEO of Lightning Labs, her name is Elizabeth Stark. Dun, dun, dun. House of Stark? Maybe. Does anybody else watch Game of Thrones? You guys Game of Thrones fans? Oh, don't worry about that noise. Anybody else Game of Thrones fans? House of Stark, guys. This is becoming like Game of Thrones, okay? And sure, maybe it just sounds like cryptocurrencies and sounds like Lightning Labs is having fun making art on the blockchain, but they're not just making art, guys. They are going to war. This is Game of Thrones out here. It's Game of Thrones for sure. Everyone's vying for positions. Everyone's fighting for power. It's big, huge political agendas taking place. And this is big. This is big stuff. And so, honestly, looking at these shifts taking place every day, it's kind of like watching Game of Thrones. You know, it's kind of like, oh, Lightning Labs? You guys launched your Lightning Network first artwork? That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. But guess what? We have XRP Tipbot. That's right. And I can text my XRP. Where's that? So what's going to really take off, I think, is going back to this felines versus futures. I tried to go sign up for this and look at it and check it out because I wanted to know more about it before I told you guys about it, but I didn't sign up and make an account yet. I don't really know much about it other than that it's similar to CryptoKitties. So they're NFTs, non-fungible tokens. What that really means is that they're not able to be regulated in a sense, so there's no chance of any regulations for these non-fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens. But what really is the potential of these games, in a sense, is bringing users onto the marketplace, putting the blockchain into consumers' hands. And that's what games are really powerful to do. Games and marketplaces and interactive tools. So I got to give it to the Lightning Network for their artwork wall. And looking at, I don't even know who powers Crypto Strikers. I was trying to look at that and see like what blockchain's powering this even. Is it Bitcoin? Is it Bitcoin Cash? Is it Ethereum? I have no idea. But it is it's exciting to see that potentially the use case of these blockchains is going to be easier and easier to build on. So I'm looking for more and more game developers, more and more innovators and thinkers to make free, fun use cases for blockchain tech. And that's something I'm going to start doing too. I'm going to start looking at how to build out and code some things on top of different blockchains because that's exciting for me. I think that's exciting for everyone. So maybe look forward to some of those videos coming out. Yes, exactly. Instantly intrigued. Mr. Miyagi, I wonder why. Mr. Miyagi, I wonder why. Yeah, so we had a video that we filmed last night, and I started editing it, and it was basically like the SEC clears Ethereum from regulator scrutiny, and it was kind of like one of my usual videos, lots of edits, and I make some jokes, and then basically I fell asleep. And I didn't make it. I passed out. I got tired, and I might finish editing that. I might make a new video for you guys today and get it out there, but that's about all we're going to do. Looking to just keep you guys informed, keep you updated. We're about to break across our 30-minute timeline, so we're trying to stay under 30 minutes. The Stellar Lumens being added today was probably one of the bigger shockers, honestly. Wasn't really prepared for that. The New York Exchange to list Stellar, BIT license charter recipient. So checking that out. We have all this in the sources. You guys can go always read all the news. Stellar Lumens cryptocurrency approved for trading in New York for the first time. I think that's pretty big. Obviously, it's big because it's a rival to the company Ripple, mainly because they forked off of Ripple, or they split from Ripple, and they were like, oh yeah, we're going to do it a little bit different. So, as I've said before, I think Stellar is a really strong move. I'm a big Stellar, and I'm a big ADA guy. I've been into Stellar and ADA probably longer than I've been into, been super bullish on XRP, just to be honest with you. And the more I research XRP, the more I like it, the more I really appreciate it. But XRP gaining dominance and gaining authority and gaining respect only lends support to Stellar. So it's kind of a strong move either way. Looking forward to what happens with this and what that means for other regulators, other regulator clarity moving forward. So not really sure what they're going to say about XRP, really. People saying it could be a security, it could be not a security. I don't think it's going to be. I think the more they move to decentralize their ledger, and just like Brad says, the company could shut down tomorrow and the XRP ledger would still be functioning. And even with the banks being like, we don't like it, we don't like XRapid, it doesn't matter. It Doesn't matter anymore, okay? It's too late for you banks. We run the world now. That's right. XRP Army. That's right. The Ripple community is badass. I agree. So, exactly. Something to look forward to in Iraq. I think that's potentially what a lot of people are excited about with crypto. And Elon Musk, said in one of his interviews, he was like, I don't want to live in a world that I'm not excited to get up and live in. And that's one of the moments I realized, like, Elon's such a badass. He's not doing this just because he wants to be better than everyone. He's not doing it because he wants to make money. He's doing it because he wants to live in a world where we wake up and we're excited to take place in it. And for him, that means putting forward the effort to make, interplanetary travel, to make electric planes, to make traffic alleviated with his shuttle systems, his ski systems underneath LA, and that's potentially huge. And that's, I think, why crypto is so exciting too, is because it makes me excited about getting up in the morning and looking at the possibilities of blockchain moving forward and what it does for the people. I can't say enough how exciting it is for everyone, I think. And I think that's why we're here. I think that's why people talk about it. I think that's why the governments know possibly they shouldn't be too harsh on it. They don't want to shut down a good thing. Like, they don't want to turn the lights off when everyone's about to boogie. Let the people boogie, right? So get your dancing shoes and lace them up tight, because we might be going for a run. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click that like button, give me a thumbs up, and I will hit you guys up later. I'll maybe be on later today. It's Friday, so I'll maybe come in late and do a Q&A, do some just you and me, chit-chatting, sharing ideas. So cheers until then, farewell, have a great day until I see you next time.